Hey, what's up, guys? We are back once again with installing the subs into the doors of my 2008 Mustang Premium. I say premium because maybe they just came with the speakers and the LED cup holders and gauge, all that stuff that changes colors and whatnot. However, the shaker systems, I think the 500 and 1000 will work for this if you do have the subs in the doors, that is. I'll leave the website here, Stangaholics, to where you guys can get these subs. They're a kicker 8-inch subs that go into your doors, passenger and driver side. And we're going to be dipping into that video today on how to, kind of, do it my way. Alright, bye. See you later. Alright guys, there are the speakers. I took out of that Shelby box right there. Shelby America, which is also, you get it off of Stangaholics like I said. These are a kicker 8-inch sub. They got some weight to them. They're really not bad. They came with this as well to put on the outside. Obviously, once they're installed onto your car, on the door, so I can go on the inside. I'll show you guys my inside of my door so you guys get an idea. Right there. Not all the models came with that. Sometimes they just have the speaker up above here. Mine have both. So, yeah. It's hard to see that with this little glare of the sun. But that's where that new cover is going to go, is over here with that Shelby logo. The sub's going to go obviously in that door. They came obviously, well, kind of like a bracket gasket deal. It's like an extension, kind of extended out a little bit. But there's the logo. It's actually really cool. It's not bad. We're going to be doing this little kind of a how-to video. If I could speak English, that'd be great. Came with some extra stuff that, you know, you will need. And I'm trying to think what else I have. I know I got this tool over here that they kind of recommend on their channel, but I've had these for a while. Obviously for plucking out the interior, plastic to plastic. You know, using metal or harder stuff, you might break your interior parts. So we're going to take it easy. And, yeah, start taking this door apart. Shall we dive in? I think we should. Also on the side here, you got this stuff. You can see a little better. So you're going to need some tools. I got one right here. Obviously, people got their brands, and I don't care. This should be a 7. It should work. Yeah. It works. Alright, so yeah, take all these off. I think there's 2 here. And yeah, they're down here too as well. So you got one here. I feel another one here. There we go. Yeah, I can see down here with the camera now. Down below. All the way around. Take all those off. That way you can take this whole section off. As you guys can see, I skipped a step here for you. But I'm going back. Don't worry. There's 8 screws. I did use an extension thing on here, just a little one, just to help out a little bit, just to go around all these screws here on the side. They go all the way around your door on the bottom here, like I showed you in the previous video, or previous part. I'm using a T30 right now, but behind here is a plastic piece like this. That's behind this handle. What I did was use a flathead, which they kind of recommend you don't. There's going to be an opening when you dip into here to pop that plastic piece out, which is this piece that I got out, just giving you guys a heads up. A T30 here, because obviously that's what that is. Looks like someone prior did something here. But we're going to dip in here and use this to take this out. And again, I'm going to skip this little part, but obviously you got to take that out. And I think there's 2 of these, one here and one elsewhere. I'll get there when I get there though. All right, hang in there. Now as you can see, I did get that one out. The second one, if I can remember, is behind this piece here. I don't think I think it's here. It's been a minute. Get out of there. There we go. Voila, it is there. Yeah, it's been a minute. I was going to say, I don't think I pulled this one off, but I've done the driver's side. But there we are. Now we got to take that one out. That's the next step. There we go. Remember, we got this one out. This one out. As you can see, there's 2 over here. I'm like all over the place here because I'm trying to do it off my phone. And then we got the 8 screws here. So the 8 screws obviously held in the whole panel here. We got these 2 as well. One up on top of the handle area here. Another one down here, which we popped off both those to get to these. Next is this, which I did already pop. There's a little trick to this. You can kind of put your hand into here and pop this out rather than going up through here. I mean, you could probably mess this up. I don't know how this even got scuffed up either. But, I mean, it probably is just a little dirty. Put your hand into here and you usually can wiggle around and pop this out. There we go. And then next, we just gotta pop that out. Should be a little tab in here. See if I can do this with one hand. I doubt I can do this with one hand. I can't do a lot with one hand. Oh, I did. Oh, I gotta go tell my wife what I just, wow, one hand. I'm just kidding. So yes, we got that off with one hand. Now that we got that off, remember I grabbed it like in here, and then just wiggle around, pop it out, rather than going for the top part where you might be able to scratch it. Just a little trick. But yeah, next part. All right, now that we have this actually out, there's supposed to be another screw in here somewhere, but I think it's actually gone. It's not even in here, so it looks like somebody did something prior here, because I do not see any screws anywhere else on mine. There should be another one in here, probably in this area right there, but I don't. There's not one there. But I do want to disconnect this. If I can do it again with one hand. Come on, there you go. Perfecto. After all that's done, however, this should come off. Now there's going to be the lock behind it, and you have to also disconnect looks like one of these, but it's connected to your handle here in the back. So make sure when you pull this off, you don't pull it all the way, because you will have like this, another one of these connected to the handle itself to unlock and lock the door. So be aware of that when you pull it. Don't pull it all the way out until you undo all those. I think there should be one more to the radio or the speakers as well, so just be careful. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing the lock itself, like the actual lock. I do have a pliers for that, but I'm going to try to avoid it. If I have to, you can. It's not that hard, but let's dip into it. Okay, as you can see, I couldn't really do it with one hand really, but I did just kind of wiggle this around a little bit. And we did get it off. Like I said, there's the lock right here. You pinch behind here. We'll release it. I do have, I can't even see. Is this it here? Is it over here? Oh, here it is. Okay. Trying to find the tab there. All right. There it is. That's for your unlock lock on your handle. Undid that one. There should be one. Here it is right here for the speakers. If we can. I feel like a dummy right now. There it is. I couldn't get it at first. I was trying to figure out where the squeezy part was. But all right. That should be fine. Oh, that's gooed on there, man. You see that? Look at that. No bueno. All right. We still have the lock on here. We're going to set this down, though. I might end up doing that, but we'll see. I'm going to try to avoid doing it and just work on this sub. But we'll see. All right. Basically, that's how you take your panel off without the lock. I have not done that. Not really thinking I'm going to, because we're doing the sub. So, with that being said, you got more of these in there. And that which is in here. And before I dip into that, there was this cover on here, which is easy just to pop off. Obviously using my tool. And then you got your screws. I'm not done yet. I still got to do, go all the way around the, yeah, you get the point. So we're going to take those out, and we're going to the next step for the subs. Now I'm at this step. I skipped. I know I shouldn't have done it. Bad boy me. But this was on here, obviously, and I had to. Okay, let's try to put this back in here a little bit. Where is this at? Right here, maybe? It's good enough to kind of put it on there. Good enough for now, right? I don't think it's going to be good enough. Well, whatever. You get the point. That was on there. I used a plastic piece to kind of get in here to kind of pop that part out, but the plastic part wasn't doing it because it was kind of caked down there, so I used a flathead, which I didn't want to use, but I did not break it. Careful when you're doing it. Sorry for hitting the camera there. Next, we got to take this off, which was also kind of on there. But all I did was, again, take this flathead, go up behind here, and kind of wedge in here around the corners, or the circle, I should say, and pop that out. Now we got that out. It's time for the next step. We're back. I got the sub out. I snipped it. Obviously, you want to check and make sure you know what is positive, negative. You don't. But that was the back. Snipped her off. And if you're wondering why I took the panel off and didn't just go to the front, I'm going to show you. There was a screw in the back here I had to unbolt, which was connected to the back of this sub. Or speaker sub. I mean, it's technically a little sub, but behind here, I think I skipped that part most likely. There was this right here on the back of the panel here, holding the sub in. That's why you need to take the panel off to get to that little part right there to get this sub off. So I figured why not show you a video how to take your panel off, but not all the way. As you can see, I still got the lock on here because I can just go around that lock if I need to. And we're basically just doing subs today. But hey, now you guys kind of have an idea of how to take your panel off. I didn't realize my speakers in here were bigger than the other ones. I saw an 05 or an 06 Mustang with like more of a circle speaker, smaller one in there. I think that's like a 6x9 or something. I'm not a huge audio guy, as you can tell. But we're snipped this off. Now we're getting ready to move on to the next step of actually installing the subs. And hopefully doing this, I mean, it's not going to be the correct way. But yeah, let's just dip into it. Let's go. Let's go. All right, for this side, guys, we got Brian over here talking to his woman, but that panel's not on yet, as you can see. We're having issues with the wiring, possibly.
This guy is putting me on video.
There's the other sub. The new one's in on this side. Everything works. As you guys can tell, we did the same thing on this side, taking the panel apart. We hooked up the sub. We took the old one off, put the new one in, hooked it back up, put all the new stuff on, and we're done. Hopefully I can show you guys the rest on the other side. But we just got to make sure that we get the wiring hooked up on that side. We have power to the wires and everything else, but they're not powering the sub. Is that correct? This is my electronical guy. He's a beaut. So when I run into issues that I can't, figure out and stump, I call these guys over. They usually can figure things out. Have you figured this one out yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Yeah. See, if it's stumping him, there's issues. But we're checking the amp. We're checking a few things. However, this side is complete. It's working. So that side is not. That's the side I started on. That's why I stopped the video. It's actually dark out now. This is going great. So yeah, this is something you guys won't or shouldn't have an issue with. It's just my car, my wiring, my issue right now. We checked fuses as well. Trust us, we checked a few things. Haven't we checked just about everything? Almost. All right. Because obviously there's something missing. So, all right, on to the next chapter.
Oh, I guess I can. How did you wire the other side in? Did you do the
solid?
Yeah, solid.
And
well, negative, positive.
But you hooked them both together?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you just slid them into the slot, or
yeah.
You slide them in there like well, we're not gonna go there, but you get it. Yuck.
I mean, there's no hair for the speakers. So.
He thinks he's got it figured out, boys and girls.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Mr. Super Mario himself. I couldn't fuck. I was getting pissed off.
Right?
So I called Brian over here to come over to help me out. Then he got stumped a little bit. We got the other side working like it was supposed to. Easy. This one we kept running into issues with the wire. I mean, like I said, we had power up here. And then we had power also to the wires down here. We checked all that, but it wasn't powering the sub. And then I tried to think maybe it was an amp. Maybe it wasn't enough power for the amp. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm going to try to help you figure this out.
Somebody hold this.
I don't want to. I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to hold this.
Alright.
All right.
As long as those wires aren't touching.
All right, we should be good. Sorry about all the mess on the ground. We had to take this whole
You can't sleep.
glove box thing out.
I message you when I'm home and you're out. Okay.
How you feeling over there, bud? You fitting?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, fitting like a glove.
Like a glove.
I don't know what you figured out, but... Are you, like, trying to reset it? On and off? you doing down there?
Pretty good.
You want to tell the people what you're doing?
Taking an amp out.
Taking an amp out.
Speaker.
Yep, for this side. Now we think it may be the amp itself. Obviously it comes with 2 amps, one for each side. And we believe this side is pretty much toast. Because this side, obviously, we got to work with the new sub. The sub on this side is not working. The speaker is, but the sub is not. So we're taking an amp out, and we're going to try and test the other amp that's working for this side, right? To see if it actually powers it, and if so, then we know it's the amp.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna swap plug in.
First I'm gonna plug power to the amp to that side. See if it maybe we're not getting proper power. If that still don't work, then I'm gonna swap the speaker wire side of it and see if it powers this side with that amp.
Basically doing a flip-flop.
Yeah.
All right.
Flip wires around until something works or doesn't work.
Yep. So that's where we're at right now. Like I said, this should have been an easy plug-and-play type of deal, but we ran into this side having issues, and most likely will be the amp, but we're not 100% sure yet. We've tested basically everything else. And I thought I was pretty stupid. I thought I can get Steve into something that he won't be able to figure out, but he's not giving up. I can't do what he's doing right now, I'll tell you that much. You can't either, can you?
No, I can't. I'm fucking 6'5", man. My back don't stretch.
6'2",
like
6'5".
6'5".
So that's where we're at. Like I said, for you guys doing this install at home from Stangaholics, these subs should work, and they would be really good because we got the other side working and it sounded good, right?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yep. So that side does sound really good. The side, like it's supposed to.
It actually
But
looks really good in the door.
yeah, and this side is just having issues, and it's it's the amp itself most likely. We're just having some issues. We're trying to nail it down. But you guys definitely shouldn't run into this issue. And no, this isn't the sub's issue. It's wiring or the amp itself. So.
And it is not a plug and play process.
Yeah.
It's you cut the wires and put the wires in the speakers.
Yeah. So, update. What are you working on there, Steven?
A little baby amp.
Little baby amp. And you switched amps and found out this one is bad. So now we got to order a new amp. He's actually trying to fix the amp itself. That way I don't have to order one. Like I said, he's into this kind of stuff. He knows what he's doing. I would turn to Brian, but his ass is in my face, and I know you guys don't want to see that. But he is messing around trying to see what he can do with the small amp. If not, I'm just going to buy a new one. But that's why this side wasn't powering up the sub. That side, as you guys can see, is done. Actually, I'll go over there and show you guys. Got little space heaters on. This actually feels pretty good. Yeah, that side is all done. Looks pretty nice. Actually sounds really good too. That side, obviously the side I started on in the video, didn't work. And we've nailed it down to the amp, which is basically right up underneath here. Well, there's 2 amps that power each side. And then Steven the monkey here has figured it out. Well, we'll be back. These guys are pretty busy, as I'm just putting, cameras in their faces.
Alright.
Do you think you know what it is right there or no?
I think I do. I gotta check the other side of it first.
Pretty much done with all this stuff.
I'll
I should be, yeah.
Except when it gets...
yeah, once you're done too, I'll put the shit all back together again. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. I got a little bit of work to do now. As you guys can probably see, it is the next day. We didn't really call it quits last night. We were running into a lot of little issues here and there. But we did find out it was the amp that made this sub here on the right side, passenger side, go bad. Not the sub, the amp went bad itself. It's been bad. The sub was out. That's kind of the reason I basically upgraded. Because I thought maybe the sub was bad. Turns out my amp was bad. These speakers are actually really nice. Both sides, like I said, are installed. They're both done. But if you guys do follow my method of how to take off this panel, there's other YouTube channel, or you know, they explain how to take this panel off. I did do most of it, and obviously in the back there, you unscrew the one bolt in the back of the sub to free it out. Putting this new sub in is basically reverse. So what I did to take the sub out and all that stuff is basically reverse. You're gonna have little bolts around the subs. You take those out. It's pretty simple, straightforward, and then reverse. You know, putting this one on. It's not hard at all. I ran into issues because I was trying to figure out what was going on because it was showing power. The wires showing power, everything. I didn't blow a fuse. So I was kind of stumped. I had a feeling it might be the amp, but before I go digging and tearing all that apart, I decided to call some friends over that are more, you know, what do you call it, experienced in electronical work than I am. So, yeah, with that being said, my buddy Steven narrowed it down to being the amp. I have ordered a brand new amp. It'll be here Monday, April 5th. So once that shows up, I'm going to install the amp. If I can't even try to shoot that video of me underneath this car, putting that amp in to show you guys where they're located, how to get to them, and what to do, I will. That's something I can do. I just wasn't sure if that was going to be the exact 100% cause, and it was. So the amp was bad for the passenger side. Driver side works great. And yeah, hopefully that wraps up this video. These speakers though, man, I mean, all this stuff looks really nice. It's a nice added touch. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the final results, besides the amp, obviously. But we got a new one coming. I spent, I think, 45 bucks, maybe close to 50 for a new amp, used, obviously. And then we have the new hood on the way, shipped. I'm doing something different for this hood, which is, I'm going with a hood that people shy away from or do not pick. I'm kind of on the fence with this hood. But seeing how my car is and wrapped and it's got a lot of things done, I'm hoping the hood will do a nice, or add a nice flare to it. Although my buddy and I were both debating on it last night too, like, well, you know, I'm going to rock it. I'm going to shoot for it. I'm going to rock it. I like to be a little different, and that's the route I'm going to take, is being a little different. Well, there it is. If you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should. And here we are again. I'm with my son Atreus. My daughter is sleeping. Babysitting right now. It's the next, well, still the day of the just recent little clip. However, I wanted to leave on a good note saying thank you to those guys who stopped out, as in Coyote Jensen, who is Brian, and Steven for stopping out here and helping me out with the car. I hate running into little snags like that, but it's friends like that who come forward for you and help out. If you guys did not know, I think I did put in the video that they are part of Pedretti Racing, and that means going into the events and racing stuff for the summer. So stay tuned for all that stuff. If you guys did last this long in the video, I mean, it was kind of boring, but I appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. And I'll catch you on the next one. Later.